The following technique and practice has helped me manage negative self-talk and train my mind. I hope, and I'm pretty confident that it will do the same for you. And I call it the two worlds practice. And essentially it is about toggling or switching between two states of mind. The first one is something I call the dark canvas, which is a void that you're within and imagining or that you're experiencing. And that's essentially just closing your eyes and seeing that darkness or being within that darkness. The other state of mind is something I call calm visions, which are essentially scenes from nature. That's kind of what works best for me, but you can kind of experiment with different sorts of calm visions, which should be uplifting in nature and, most importantly, peaceful. So what is negative self-talk? I think it's important. I do have my notes here, so you're going to see me sort of fiddling with them once in a while. I try not to edit my videos. I just like going straight through, so that's partly why I use my notes. What is negative self-talk? Well, we all do it, and it certainly is not helpful in our daily lives. It includes basically harsh self-criticism, whether out loud or inside. You're expressing it inside or out loud. It can lead to self-sabotage. It can be very subtle as well and kind of spiral you into a state of unproductivity and pessimism. It also shows up in very, I guess, even more subtle ways and more indirect ways. For example, the way that you accept or don't accept compliments, right? Instead of saying, thank you very much, I really appreciate that, you sort of downplay what someone else is saying about you, right? You kind of downplay compliments. That is a form, an indirect form of negative self-talk. So again, we're going to move back to the practice, and this is essentially a meditation or a workout for the mind. It's training the mind to switch states, right? It's about mindset switching. And it's this act of switching that is the focal point. It is kind of the most important thing that we're trying to achieve. We are developing this skill of conscious transitioning, right? So in terms of the connection, how does this connect to negative self-talk, right? Well, firstly, it's easy to get sucked into a negative state of mind. The world of negativity that we create for ourselves is a very powerful whirlpool, and we can stay in there for extended periods, kind of surprising ourselves that, at least for me, I used to kind of like snap out of it and be somewhat, what's the right word? Excuse me. I used to be in disbelief that, it's like, oh, wow, I was thinking like that for 5 minutes, and the time, I just kind of lost track of time, right? So it's surprise and disbelief. Well, we are basically doing this practice to help ourselves catch ourselves while we are in the negative state of mind, to allow yourself and your mind to more quickly recognize that I've drifted, right? The recognition itself is the switch, and this is the main point of the practice, again, as I mentioned before. And after that, once you do recognize it, you can snap out of it. You're able to return to the present moment. You can switch gears. You can close your eyes, get back into the void, do some deep breathing. You can close your eyes. You can have a calm vision. Get back into the present moment, right? So over time, this will allow you to move from negativity to something more positive, or negativity to neutrality, to a present state of mind, to a calm state of mind, right? Out of that hole. You kind of pull yourself out of that hole. Now, let's go into the practice itself. And basically, you will close your eyes and breathe deeply. Any way, you can breathe in any way that is comfortable for you. When you close your eyes, you are still awake, breathing deeply, and you're essentially gazing upon the backs of your eyelids. Your eyes are still active. One way you can kind of get a better sense of this is closing your eyes and gently moving your head to the left, shaking your head to the left and to the right. And at least for me, it kind of like makes the dark canvas or the void a little more concrete, and my eyes can actually see something. And this is kind of what I'm pointing to when I'm identifying it as kind of a physical object almost, you know. It's like a sheet or a curtain or a piece of paper that's right in front of your face, and that's the dark void. And when I'm able to focus on something a little bit more physical, I'm able to kind of make the pull of that negativity weaker. And so it holds me into the present moment, or holds me to a more positive or neutral state of mind when I'm able to think of my eyes looking at the backs of my eyelids, again, the dark canvas. So again, you're breathing comfortably, and then we're going to start moving in between breaths. So one breath is an inhale and an exhale. So one, you're looking at, or in the dark void or the dark canvas, in and out. That's one. The second breath, we're going to move to a calm vision. Now, what are calm visions? I'm sorry, I didn't specify this. Calm visions for me, the one that I use all the time, is a leaf floating down a stream or a brook, gently floating. You can think of a field of tall green grass in a gentle breeze with, blue and orange skies during sunset or something like that, and you can see the grasses swaying with the breeze and feel it and hear it too. You can also imagine a sunrise, whatever works for you. Any natural scene that is calming and peaceful in nature. The second breath. So again, our first breath in and out was the dark canvas. The second breath, we will visualize. Don't try too hard. Just fall into the calm vision, for me, again, of the leaf gently floating down a brook or a stream. That's in and out. Third breath, we move back to the dark canvas or the void. In, out. Fourth breath, we move back to the calm vision. In and out. So you're switching between the worlds, right? And I would recommend doing 1 minute or about 10 breaths. You don't have to count the breaths or anything, just something like that. I wouldn't even set a timer. Just get in about 1 minute. If you can do more, definitely do more. This does not include negative self-talk, right? This technique. And my reason for that is, well, we do it enough as it is, and it's not healthy for us. So there's no real reason to include it, given that what I'm arguing with this technique is that the most important thing is the switching itself. While the subject matter is important too, because we are taking these two worlds, which have kind of a present-minded orientation, a calm and peaceful and positive. Even the dark canvas I look upon as being a positive and peaceful state of mind, right? The subject matter is important, and maybe there is some merit to including negative self-talk in the practice, since that's what we're trying to escape from. or loosen its hold upon us, I'm going to argue again that we don't have to do that, because we're just focusing on this workout of switching between two states of mind. And we will be more readily able to switch into either a dark canvas or a dark void state or a calm vision state, right? So again, it's a real simple exercise that you can do anywhere. I forgot to include my call to action, which is my habit. Sometimes I forget these important things, but yes, give it a shot. This is the two worlds practice. That you can look at it as a meditation. You can look at it as a workout for the mind. We're doing our reps in order to strengthen this process of transitioning. The transition is the key, right? The switching is the key. That's what we're working out. We're making that muscle stronger. Let's put ourselves into the position where negative self-talk and the world of negativity has less of a strong grip on us, and a negative or unhealthy impact upon our lives. Please give it a shot. It's really easy to do. You only need about a minute a day, maybe before you go to sleep or any time. Comment below, subscribe please, and I'm looking forward to providing you with a lot more valuable content in terms of personal growth and other things, creativity, transformation. So I look forward to next time. Take care.